I told you that Arc Raiders was lying to us about the rarest blueprint in the game? And what if I told you I could prove it? Well, I can. The lie centers around these things, blueprints. Either you have them and your life is full of beautiful sunshine and rainbows, or you've launched yourself off the top of spaceport because honestly, there's no point in breaching and searching one more f***ing server rack looking for the Wolfpack blueprint. Despite being random, there are some so easy to find you literally cannot give them away, while others are so pointless, anyone with 2 working brain cells can't even figure out how to use them. Basically, there are good ones and there are bad ones. And then there's this one, the snap hook. For me, it's been my white whale for the 300 hours I've played this game. But one look at the comment section on any of my videos and you'll find a group of players so lucky that they use these as toilet paper. So I set out to find out how that is possible. And along the way, figured out how these rare blueprints work, found an item I didn't even know was in the game, and was taught a lesson by 2 incredibly kind raiders. God damn it, bro. I was just trying to get B-roll for a video. 2 nights ago, I was lying in bed, but instead of sleeping, I was thinking about video games, specifically about the playlist. We all know it rotates between maps and modes. You have your matriarch and queen raids, which have been good to me, so let me know if you need a queen or matriarch core. There's also Stellan Night raids, where I found the vast majority of my blueprints, and bird cities for all the ornithologists out there. But there's one playlist that hasn't been coming up a lot lately. Electromagnetic Storm, specifically on Damn Battlegrounds. The exact playlist that all these lucky people claim to have found their snap hook blueprints on. At exactly 12:57 in the morning, I got out of bed and walked into my office. And at 12:59, my PC was booted up and I was waiting to finally trust the YouTube comment section. And you guys didn't let me down. I spawned in with a fresh 30 minutes on the clock and headed right for the loot area with the highest value in most containers.
In the administration building.
Now, there are generally just 2 schools of thought for finding this blueprint, and I found both of them to be just wrong. The first is that it's pure randomness. Any container you open has the same probability of spawning in a blueprint as any other. The second is that there's specific areas of the map, mostly off the beaten path, that you have a higher spawn rate. 1 adrenaline shot and a shocking waste of firepower on a few fireballs later, we were inside and it was time to loot. It was still so early in the raid, I almost surely had this place to myself, which ended up being perfect because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have been able to piece all of this together. Research and administration has a lot of good loot spots and a high concentration of them, but I wanted to start on the lockers. There was honestly no data-driven reason. I just felt a calling for them. Usually home to random trinkets and other valuable non-crafting items, I opened 14 in total, and the first few didn't have much of value, just some crude explosives that I've been hoarding for my Wolfpack collection, which I'm now realizing is insensitive to people who don't have the blueprint, but honestly I don't care because it makes my life better and I love it. Okay, back to looting. We started to heat up and found our first blueprint for the lightweight stock, and then the weirdest thing happened, but I wouldn't recognize just how weird until the very last raid. 2 lockers, right next to each other, had different but very unique trinkets. A very fancy snow globe and a mixtape that doesn't play music. There were 7K and 10K respectively, but it was where they were relative to each other that made this so interesting. With the lockers done, it was time to start my desk job. There are a lot of desk drawers, and for some reason they were all filled with plastic parts, fabric, canisters, and duct tape. In total, I looted 33 individual drawers and found precisely 1 rare item: complex gun parts. The breach and searches are the absolute bane of my existence, so I saved those for last. They suck, take a long time, and no one wants to do them, but every time I've gone back and said, meh, screw it, I might as well, I found something I needed. Obviously the storm outside messed with all that because all I found were a lot of batteries and processors, which are useful, but not for finding the rarest blueprint in the game. The playlist is only live for 60 minutes, so with the entire research and administration building looted, I headed to extract and got out of there with 16 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Time to take the road less traveled, I guess? Like Robert Frost, I spawned in, ready to have this change make all the difference. I got blessed with another fresh lobby, starting right on Victory Ridge and the Pattern House. They desperately need some type of interior decorator because it was slim pickings, and the only pattern I noticed was that the loot was emaciated. 1 breach and search, a suitcase, fridge, drawer, and 2 cabinets later, all I really came out of there with was a few more chemicals, which again are helpful for the wolf packs, but not exactly rare.
Go to that location.
This is easily the most hyped spot for the blueprint, but that meant that there would be some competition. So I took out my poor man's snap hook and hit the muddy trail. By the way, I haven't even told you why the snap hook is amazing yet. First of all, it's yellow, so that's sick. The second is that it's essentially a grapple hook that helps you maneuver around the map with relative ease. But the third is it's actually a diamond jewelry store. It's artificially scarce. You can't buy them, and if you don't have the blueprint, you have to hope to get lucky or kill someone who has one. But with the snap hook movement tech being what it is, they're generally safely tucked in everyone's safe pocket when not in use. This is without a doubt the most ridiculous snap hook use I have ever seen in my entire life. I would love to give credit, but they vertically cropped it out Anyway, just sit back and watch this, and then I'll tell you something about my grandma. My grandma's name was Ruby, so I was hoping that was going to help. Maybe give you some extra luck, but instead it did the exact opposite. It had already been looted, but I wanted to check something, so I gave everything a once-over. Basically, I was being the missile.
The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't.
There were definitely more lootable containers than the pattern house, which wasn't hard to beat, but I wanted to see what was taken, and there were a few notable gaps. Either Creamhole was already trying to craft an entire load out of Wolfpack, or they were dodging lightning bolts with a snap hook blueprint in their safe pocket. At least this meant we were getting warmer. Wait, hold on, sorry. Sorry. You guys haven't met Creamhole yet.
No, what's up, man?
This is Creamhole. I was over the road less traveled at this point. Spawned in and immediately established my dominance over the map with a pointless snap hook and sporadically looted containers, receiving nothing of value until I found a random power rod, which, coincidentally, is one of the 2 items needed to craft the snap hook. Thought about looting a car until Zeus said, "F this vehicle in particular." Then I looted it again because my monkey brain thought that would somehow change the odds. It didn't, but those lightning strikes do add a random and rare lootable item to the ground. More on that in 1 second because it's actually pretty sick. I checked out water treatment quickly, but found precisely nothing worth making the trip from its container to my backpack. So with 24 minutes left, I overwhelmed a Hornet with my superior firepower, dodged a Zeus Bukake, threw a Hail Mary, and went to go loot research and administration one more time. I think the rest of the lobby was like, I don't know, asleep or something. Because going up the zip line, I expected to see search containers, but what I found instead were unopened lockers. There were only 12 this time, but this is where it starts to get really weird. Years of evolution have trained our brains to recognize patterns, and I was about to make Darwin a proud daddy. In 2 of those lockers, directly next to each other, were 2 very familiar rare items. I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's luck, Sally. Huh. I'm gonna make like Marvel here and mess up the timeline, but I tried this 2 more times. Take a wild guess at what I found every time. Okay, back to the sacred timeline. Things were finally trending in the right direction. All the drawers, cabinets, and bins I looted were starting to turn up with blueprints in them. Ones I already had, but still. In total, I looted 41 of these things. That all changed when I met No Town Hero.
Hello.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular?
Not really. Well, it would be really cool if I found a showstopper blueprint, but I never found anything like that.
I don't have one of those, sorry.
Do you need a snap hook blueprint?
Yes.
Kablam.
Where'd you find it, just out of curiosity?
In this room over here.
Oh my god.
This one.
In fact, it was this specific drawer, right here.
Could be something here.
Thanks, man, I appreciate it. With that interaction done, I assumed we could put this mystery to bed. But then I heard Fractal FX say something I genuinely thought I wouldn't hear the rest of the raid. Wait, did you just find another snap hook blueprint? And things were about to get even more interesting. Can you say that one more time? The storm.
Got it in the shore right here.
You're kidding.
Nope. Here you go, sir. All for you.
Thanks, man.
Right here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. I have like 6 of them.
Is it really that common in this game mode?
It's more or less the time I've played that
Interesting.
how common it is.
I feel like that maybe makes sense. I don't know. I've never seen it before
Yeah,
tonight. And it's, 1:45 in the morning. I knew what we had to do. We had to see if this was reproducible. Out came the snap hook, up came the elevator, and out went my wolf packs as I wasn't about to take any chances and had time for one more run. This felt like overkill. I'd never queued for another raid so fast in my life, and thankfully I knew a shortcut to get back. But it was all going to depend on where I spawned.
Over there.
Instead of going in the front doors like an absolute plebeian, I took out the turret and wasp and went back up the stairs, hoping to find the snap hook for myself and gather another ridiculous point of data. I made a beeline for the 2 known locations, but one hadn't spawned in this raid, and it was honestly absurd to think they'd spawn in the same exact spot. But I wanted to see if this crate's neighbor might have a blueprint. No joy. Then I checked No Town Hero spot, just to be sure, but no dice. So I checked the lockers to see if our 2 favorite trinkets were there. If you're surprised by this, you shouldn't be. And that's because, yeah, I mean, you already know that they were there. But we were about to get another crucial piece of information and find an item I didn't know existed. Let's go talk to Mantagene. What's going on? I have a question, and I'm not gonna obviously kill you for it because I already have one, but have you found a snap hook blueprint?
I have. What?
I'm just so curious. Where did you find it?
I actually found 2. I'm not even kidding, on this map right now.
That's what happened to me last game. Well, other people found them.
I'm not even kidding. I got 2 in my stash spot right now, and I don't have one yet.
Where did you find them? On this floor?
Yeah, literally on this floor in like one of the other rooms. I think it was what was it? It was in here. It was in like one of these ones.
Okay. This feels like too much of a coincidence. No? I'm not really sure about that. Armed with this new information and on my way to share it with the world, I essentially tripped over fossilized lightning, which again, didn't know existed, bringing our list of new information up to 2 things. 1, fossilized lightning is worth 3k and recycles into 3 explosive compounds. And 2, the snap hook blueprint almost certainly will spawn during an electromagnetic storm.